Hi guys, my name is Chris Foster. I am the Creative Director for the British Barber Association, and we are here in Enfield in Chris & Sons flagship store. First thing I'm going to do is introduce our model, which is
Charlie Vasilier.
Charlie Vasilier, and he is the boss's son. So if we shave and accidentally cut him, he's not going to be happy, is he?
No.
No, the dad, that is. Charlie don't mind, but the dad won't be. Anyway, sorry, there's me being silly. Actually, what I'm here to do, guys, is show you how to go through the BBA signature shave. Now, what's really important is that we prep and prime the skin. That's a key component to a close, comfortable shave. So, first of all, we need to use the BBA face wash. Now, the BBA face wash is a multifunctional face wash. It has rice particles in it, which is ideal for exfoliating the face. It also contains kaolin, which draws impurities out of the skin. Now, this product is an ideal product to prep and prime the skin. It can be used in 3 ways. So as a cleanser with a tiny bit of water, as a scrub with a very little bit of water, and as a mask with no water at all to dilute the product. So we're going to see us use this product in 3 ways from the start. So our face wash is really important. It's the first form of hydration to the skin. And what's really important is when we use products like this and we advise our clients is to really, always my top recommendation to any person shaving is always shower before shaving. What that allows is for maximum hydration to penetrate the skin, to soften the skin. There's 2 things that your skin can absorb, and that's oil and water. But hydration is an integral part, is actually a tool of shaving. So with our face wash, what we're doing is using a lot of water. So now the actual facial takes on a foamy consistency. And we're going to use in a prayer pose position. So we start with the effleurage technique, working in the chin area, through to the mouth area, up the nasal area to the forehead, back down the sides and back again. Generally we'll repeat this about 3 or 4 times. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to cut this a bit shorter. So we're now going to remove our cleanser. And we're going to now use exact same face wash in a different area of the face, because we're going to use the face wash as an exfoliator. And this is where the multifunctional elements of this particular product really come into play. The thing that we did when we surveyed our clients to find out what type of products, guys don't like using too many products. So what we are trying to do with this BBA range is to make it so functional, so one product does a lot of different things. So we're going to use the face wash again with a tiny bit of water this time. And we're going to use it as a scrub. So you'll still be able to feel the rice particles on the product. Now, what the key thing here is when we're using it like this particular way, we're using it as a scrub. Now, scrubs exfoliate, remove dead skin cells, which is really important. But what we don't want to do is scrub in the key area where we're going to shave. That means we're doubly exfoliating, which isn't ideal, because by removing too many skin cells, the skin can be irritated and sore. So what we are doing is using it as a scrub in these key areas, the nasal area, the T-zone, top of the head, and back around again. Now, let's say, for instance, if you're going to recommend your client to have or use a scrub, I'll always recommend the client to scrub the night before. What this does, it allows for the skin cells to heal and rejuvenate over a period of time. So hopefully 8 hours. Most people sleep for less than that. I certainly sleep for less than 8 hours. But you like to think that at least 8 hours, your skin cells will rejuvenate and heal. But if you don't, then scrub at the night time or night before, then use a scrub and scrub the area which you're not going to shave. Because the process of shaving automatically exfoliates the face. because you're removing hair, but you're also removing skin cells. Now what we've seen is us use the actual face wash again as a scrub, like I said, using a very small amount of water, just to dilute the product a little bit. And this is really ideal part of prepping that skin and ensuring that we are educating the clients about good skincare. Because ultimately, this young man wants to look young and fresh and young as possible, I like to think, Charlie. Is that correct? Yep. Yeah. And that only happens when he looks after the skin. If he doesn't look after the skin, it's like a pair of leather shoes. You don't look after it, you lose it almost. It gets crackly and wrinkly, and we don't want that to happen. So now the next phase we want to do is add our BBA shave oil. Now the shave oil, again, is a multifunctional product. It's an essential oil based. It has one of the most expensive beauty oils on the market, so it's a premium product. It has prickly pear seed oil, and you do your research into this. It is one of the most expensive beauty oils on the market, and it's an essential oil base. So what happens is the molecules are very, very small, which allows absorption into the skin, but it also doesn't clog the razor up, which is very important. Some guys don't like using shave oils because they find that it clogs the razor up, but this doesn't do that. It sits beautifully on the skin, and it can be used as a facial oil because it's essential oil base. It can be used as an oil to hydrate the skin, especially in winter months where the skin gets very, very tight. This is ideal as a primer, as a prep for the skin. So what we're doing now is going to apply the shave oil in an effleurage motion. And this is just to get the product onto the skin. And what we're doing, if you can imagine, what we're doing by this is actually increasing the blood supply to the face, because this massage technique is warming the skin and also prepping the skin for the shave. What most men do when they go for a shave is they don't spend the time to actually prep and prime the skin. They're going with a razor on skin that has just been wet with a tiny bit of water, can you imagine? Just dampen the face down with water. Now, the skin hasn't had a chance to really absorb and the benefit of the hydration of the water itself. Because like I said earlier on, there's two things your body can absorb, that's oil and that's water. So we are just doing an effleurage technique, and we're gonna do a knuckling technique. Now this technique is ideal for guys that have got tense. You're not tense, are you, Charlie?
No.
No, he's worried about his shave, but it's not tense. He's relaxed. And this is the perfect time to start to relax the client, to let the client feel relaxed. So close your eyes, Charlie, chill out, man, yeah? Chill. You did?
Chill.
Yeah, it's chill. It's chill. So working a knuckling motion. Now this is great for loosening tension in the cheek area. So we're going to use, again, a circular motion around the area of the stubble area like this. And this is great, just lifting the whiskers off the face. And, of course, just increasing the blood supply to the face. So we're softening the skin, really getting that skin ready for the shave. There's another technique that we use is, again, an upward motion. Now this then also helps to lift the bristles, the whiskers, excuse me, off the face. Then we're going to come back round. And we're lifting again, and lifting motion. Continue the relaxation process of the shave. Now this technique that I'm going to show you now is what we call hamster cheeks. So it's bringing the cheeks up, coming to the forehead, back round, down through the sides, and back to the beginning prayer pose position. We also have a scissor position, so we do around the mouth area. Again, just to get that oil into the skin, warming that skin up, priming and prepping the skin. Now we're going to go to our next phase, and one of the most important phases of our shave is actually add heat to the skin. Now we're going to add more heat by using a hot towel. Now what a hot towel does, it allows for before I do that, I'm going to add to the next phase. I'm going to use our shave butter. Now the shave butter is a multifunctional product again. This particular product is a non-shaving lath cream. So what you can do with this product, if for instance, Charlie, he had a beard earlier on, and he wanted to mark up or to actually line out his beard, he could use the oil and he can use the non-lathering shave butter. So that would allow Charlie to see the line that he's cutting, making sure that he's protecting the skin as much as possible before putting that razor onto that face. So that's really important. So the non-lathering shave cream is what we would use, but you could also use it as a non-shave cream as well. If you wanted to use it as a shave product, you can use it as a shaving product as well, but it's a non-lathering product. Now this product works as a humectant, which actually helps to draw in hydration and trap hydration onto the skin. So we're only going to use this product as a priming product. Imagine putting a lot of moisture on the face, and this product just sits perfectly in the mouth area, right like this. And now we're going to use a hot towel, because now that heat is going to be trapped in, because this product works as a humectant to trap hydration into the skin. Key phase here is a hot towel. Now it's really important for us to make sure the client is comfortable with the heat of the towel before we apply it to the face. So we go once and we go twice, reposition the towel. Note that the fold of the towel is folded inwards, so we've got lots of heat, it doubles up in this key area here. When we shave, you will find out that this area tends to be the hardest part of the shave. So it's really important that we double up this area to make sure we got maximum heat and hydration into the most difficult parts, which is this area here. While that's prepping, I'm going to then use my shave cream and start priming my razor, and I'm going to start priming my brush. So what I have done with the razor, I've actually put the razor in warm water. The reason why I've done that is because what I'm doing is prepping that razor. So if you can imagine using a hot knife to butter, what that does, it has, again, a quick softening motion, and it will cut through and the actual hair. So we're priming the razor in warm water, and we're also dipped our brush in warm water as well. We're going to use a small amount of cream, and we're going to place that in the middle of the brush. Now the BBA shave cream have almost like an ingenious product here, where what we've decided to do is actually create a product where if a gentleman hasn't got a shaving bowl, he can use the actual lid as a shaving bowl. So that's again a unique feature, that we can use the actual lid to lather up. We're trying to make it much more easier for our clients to get in the habit of good shaving routines. So by using simplifying products, so multifunctional products, as well as innovations, just like having the lid and using that as a shave bowl, it just helps with the whole it just helps our clients to get an understanding of how they should be looking after their skin and their shaving routine. So Charlie is nicely primed now. So we can see the actual shave butter like an undercoat sitting there. The hydration has been locked into the skin. It's ready now for the shave cream. Now the shave cream is really important because what this does, it helps to add an even further deep, rich, luxurious cream to the skin. Now working the circular motions first, in the middle of the chin, working either side. Now if you want to really plump up the cream, and if you want that cream to really be much more richer, we go back and forwards, and that helps to plump up the cream. As you can see that there, it can be quite messy, but that essentially helps to fluff up the cream. Now the cream contains something, it's a powerful antioxidant called dragon's blood. The idea of this antioxidant is in pretty much all of the shave cream and the shaving products, the shaving products. It's a powerful antioxidant. It's designed to actually help the skin and acts as a protective product for the skin. We then use our brush, put it into the middle like so. We're going to work our finger to the middle like there, and we're going to work the cream into the moustache area. Again, continue to actually use the brush. Now the brush works threefold. What it does is adding warm water to the skin. That heat and hydration is being pumped back into the skin. Badger brush also is one of the ideal products to retain heat on the skin. And what guys will do at home, they will get the cold can of foam, use a cold can of foam on a warm skin, and actually the hair follicles start to shrink, which isn't great. So what we want to try and do is continue that heat and hydration to open up the pores, priming that skin throughout the whole shave process. Charlie, are you ready?
Yes.
Good man. So today I am going to be using my feather club razor. Now I'm going to be using, the reason why I love using a feather razor is because they have the most comprehensive shaving system, which means I can customize the shave that I provide for the client. So we have the professional shave blade, which is a straight blade, and we have the Feather Pro, which has a guard on it. So I'm going to be using the Pro guards today, but I might even go to the actual professional blades afterwards as well, depending how I feel the actual blade is reacting on the skin. And let's say somebody's got sensitive skin. I'm going to show you this particular blade as well, if I've got time. It's a bit fiddly, but I'll show you that afterwards. And again, that has a fine guard on there as well for the very, very sensitive skin. So the actual feather system is one of the most comprehensive systems for tailorizing the type of shave that you can offer to the client. Okay, let's do this. So we're going to work with speed and tension. We're going to work by stretching the skin and allowing the razor to glide swiftly over the area which I'm shaving. Now what's really important is that I'm ensuring that I'm shaving with the grain. Now by shaving with the grain, I am taking 60% of the strength, no, excuse me, I'm taking away 80% of the hair strength by shaving with the grain. If I don't shave with the grain, if I shave against the grain, straight away, I've got 100% of that resistance to that razor pushing back on the blade, which means I'm more likely to cause blood spots by doing that. So what I'm doing is creating an area for my blade to actually, so I'm working a forehand stroke and backhand stroke up into the area which we call the little Charlie Chaplin. So we're kind of creating a little, what we call a Charlie Chaplin area, and we're going to keep this almost to a goatee shape. And then we're going to meet that back on the other side. So we've got that nice continuity with our backhand stroke. Now we're going to flip over, forehand stroke towards me. Then we're going to turn to the side, backhand stroke away from me. I kind of like doing this area first because it's the hardest part of the shave. So while the actual is heat on the skin from the towel, I like to tackle the tougher bits first, and that's generally around the nasal area and nose area. And what's really important is to work quickly in this area, because this is where some guys actually kind of hold their breath because it's not quite comfortable around the nose area to be holding the nose. So I generally like to work quite quickly, allowing the client to have a chance to go back in there and do that thing which he needs to do, which is breathe. You're right there, Charlie?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Good, still alive, yay! So we're going to turn to the side. We're going to work now our backhand stroke. The reason why I work a backhand stroke in this area, because if you work a forehand stroke, we are near the air. So we're going to work a backhand stroke. Just to clear the area. Now working towards us. Now you can see the benefits of having all that cream on the skin. The skin is primed, it's protected, and that's the essential part of having that cream in the skin. It's really adding to the hydration and the kind of protection that's required when shaving. The most important thing is that we protect the skin as much as possible, so we're not removing too many skin cells, and that's what's key. Just need more tissue. Excuse me. So we stretch either side of this cheek, the chin, and we're working towards us. I want to big up Larry, the barber man, who's recording this right now. Larry, massive big up to you. A powerful influence in the industry. Really appreciate coming down. And if you're watching this, we are at the Chris & Sons flagship store, and we are shaving Charlie. From the accounts department. Big up. Skrr, boom, boom. We're in East London, that is. We can do the shack, big shack, innit? Is that right? Is that right, Charlie?
Yeah.
Kinda.
North London.
That's North London. So where's Big Shack is from South London, is it?
East London, isn't it?
Is
South
it?
London?
I don't know.
Where is Big Shack?
Where's Big Shack? Where's this? You never heard of him? All right, don't worry.
Okay, never mind.
All right, never mind.
Let's say south.
Let's south, okay. All right, sorry, I'm gonna stay focused. So you can see us working towards, just working across the chin. Now the razor comes towards us, and we're gonna work in quick succession, excuse me.
Like that with the super blade as well?
I could do anything if you want, my man. Yeah. Yeah. Right, so we're now just going to go back, and we'll just realize there's areas that I need to put a bit more hydration, and that's underneath the cheek area. And we're going to just lift, excuse me. We're going to just pull the cheek up this area here. This allows us to just go underneath the chin area, and it makes it easy for us to work downwards. So we're just lifting the cheek area up, and it gives us a straight area to work down underneath the cheek. Underneath the chin, excuse me. Sorry, Charlie, can you just put it as much as possible? Thank you very much. So this allows us then to have a clear area for us to go down. And again, I'm going with the grain as much as possible. So you might see me switch my razor around and go against the grain, but I'm not going against the grain. I'm following the grain as much as possible. So this area at the bottom here, it comes up and against. And you find if you don't shave, if you go against the grain straight away, there's more chance of blood spots occurring during the shave. I'm going to turn this side. I'm going to come back this area here. I'm going to follow this through. We're just looking where that is. And we just can see the hair coming against the grain. We're going with the grain on this. Just following the grain. Then switching around. Okay, brilliant. So what we're going to do now, we're going to just go back over the shave one more time. Going to prime the skin again, just to make sure we've got all the hair off. Feel where there needs to be, feel where we need to go again, this area. Then we're going to add a tiny bit more water. We're going to re-lather. And I'm actually going to change my blades. I'm going to change these blades now. I'm going to use a different type of blade. Use the Pro blades. The great thing about this system is that it can be easily applied. You can apply your blades quite easily to the razor. We're just going to clear up a little bit. Okay. Last pass. Great. Turn to the sides. Again, just working with the grain again. Stretching the skin, maximum tension on that skin. Just checking key areas, making sure that everything is nice and clean and clear. Just the top of the cheek. Lovely, there we go. Okay. Now we're going to use a face wash, neat on the skin, no water at all. We're going to use it as a mask. And we're going to apply our product neat to the face, only patting the skin. And what you could do at this moment in time, while the product's on as a mask, you can do a scalp massage. Again, help to relax the client a little bit more. But because of time, we're not going to do that. We're going to use our cold towel now. Our cold towel is designed so with our warm towel, the heat we've obviously brought blood to the skin. What we want to try and do is cool and calm the skin down. And the actual face wash as a mask helps us now put in nutrients back into the skin after we've shaved. Also because of this kaolin in there, which draws impurities out. But also what we're going to use is our cold towel, and that also cools the skin, pulling heat and blood from the face. And this starts to cool and calm the skin down. We leave this for about 45 seconds. It can be left a little bit longer. Just give a pressure point massage on the scalp. Now we use our cold towel now to remove any residue of product, 1, and 2 of the face wash off the face, cleaning the skin. So like I said earlier on, I said you can use the oil as a priming product. So we're going to use a bit of the oil just to add a tiny bit more hydration before we put our post-shave balm. There's some things that most guys neglect. They neglect the fact that skincare is a really important part of looking young. Men, guys, we all think in a form and function way. Rather than thinking of really what we should do for our skin and how to look after our skin. So what's really important when we shave is that we are removing, again, a tiny bit of layer of skin and hair as we shave. So what's really important is to put hydration back in the skin and to protect the skin. Now, this is a post-shave balm. The post-shave balm contains, again, a powerful antioxidant called dragon's blood. It also, there's inflammatory products in here as well, and hydrating products. So to cool and calm the skin, you've got, aloe in there as well to hydrate, but essentially post-shave products, they help to cool and calm the skin, and you would only use a post-shave product after shaving. Moisturizers do not do the same thing. Moisturizers add hydration to the skin. So what guys do is think, oh, just put a moisturizer all over the face. But essentially what you want to do is make sure you use a post-shave balm, because when we're shaved, we're taking away a tiny layer with hair, but also skin. So that's what's really important, to put hydration and anti-inflammatory products to soothe and calm the skin after we shave. Now we're going to add hydration with our moisturizer. A tiny bit of that there, like that. Again, designed to add hydration to the skin, and we can use it all over the face. I find when teaching people to shave, there are quite a few techniques for skincare, but also for relaxing the client. The only reasons why a guy would come to a barbershop is because he's come for the experience. He can do a shave at home, but what elevates the actual experience levels is things like massage techniques, is elevating the service levels to a higher point. So by doing that, we can then add on additional services, and also the signature shave is not your regular shave, so you then charge more for that. So all these different things can help to actually increase revenue to any barbershop who wants to provide the elite level of service, which I'm sure your clients require and want from us. That's if you want that, Liz. Some people don't. But if you want to elevate your game, if you want to charge more, you would then look at how you can then inform the client, educate the client, so he is taking not only your expertise and your advice, but also products that help him maintain his skin at home, and ensuring that skincare is the most important thing that he can do for himself. He can have a great car, but if he's not picking up any women with his dodgy face, there's a problem. So now we're going to cool the skin down even further with a cold towel, and that ends the BBA signature shave. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this whole presentation for you. This is Chris Foster at the Chris & Sons headquarters in Enfield. Right, no more Big Shack, no Big Shack. I'm not gonna do that anymore. This has been Charlie. He's been our model. Say bye to Charlie. Say bye, Charlie.
See you guys.
Take care, guys.